May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so we here at Studio 10 are connecting our viewers with resources available in our community. Nora McInerny is joining me now to help us with just that. Welcome to Studio 10, Nora.
Thank you so much for having me, Holly.
Yes, thanks for being here. All right, so with it being Mental Health Awareness Month, what is the importance of mental health from your perspective and the message that you'd like to share?
Mental health is health. We are very good at making sure that we check in with our bodies. I shouldn't say very good. Most of us understand we're supposed to go to the doctor once a month. If we have a cold, we stay home. And we're coming out of a year where a lot of us were focused very much on staying physically healthy, right? On avoiding getting COVID or transmitting COVID. And our mental health is so easy to ignore because it's also so easy for us to hide. My experience with mental health is that I have a diagnosed clinical depression and a generalized anxiety disorder. I'm a lot of fun. And that I've experienced deep and acute grief. In 2014, I lost my husband and a pregnancy and my dad, all within 8 weeks of each other. And I became very, very good at pretending I was fine, right? What do we ask each other all day, every day? Like, oh, Holly, how are you? How are you? And what do you say every time someone asks you?
Yeah, I say I'm fine.
You say fine. It doesn't matter whether or not you're fine. You're gonna say fine. So my message is about making sure that you are truly checking in and being emotionally honest with yourself so that you can be emotionally honest with the people who care about you. Because without that, there's no way for us to connect.
So obviously, Nora, you've experienced some loss yourself with those stories, and the pandemic itself brought about a collective experience of grief and loss for a lot of people. So what is some advice of encouragement that you can share?
Everybody lost something this year. Everybody lost something this year. Some people lost their loved ones. Some people lost their sense of security, their jobs, their relationships, their traditions. The most important thing is that it does not matter whose loss is bigger because everybody's loss is relative too. So as tempting as it is to compare your loss against somebody else's and say like, well, it doesn't matter, right? Because it's less, or, oh, mine matters more. It is not a contest. There is no competition. Your loss is yours. Your grief is yours. Your experience of this past year is yours. And while we're rushing back to trying to get back to normal, whatever that means, normal is relative too. So for some of us, there will not be a normal because you are going to have to live on without a person who has been vital to your existence. And it takes time to heal. Not one single person goes from crisis mode to just simply okay. There are a lot of steps in between. So as normal as things look on the outside, it is perfectly fine and very acceptable if they don't feel normal on the inside yet.
It seems like what you're saying is one size fits one when it comes to experiencing trauma. And these are all great tips. So you have an upcoming talk here at Peckham on May 25th. So what can people expect to hear or learn at that talk?
Yes, I am so excited. Peckham is such an interesting, fascinating, exciting organization to me. I am also just so excited to leave my home. I cannot tell you how exciting that is for me, Holly. Also, I've never been to Michigan. This is like, it's two big events just for me, but enough about me. My talk is about moving forward with these experiences. So very often we hear after something difficult, well, it's time to move on. And my talk is an expansion of the TED talk that I gave in 2019 called We Don't Move On From Grief, We Move Forward With It. But we're expanding that talk to talk about what that really means. Like, what does that look like? What does that feel like practically as we all live on into 2021 and beyond?
All right, well, we're excited for your trip here May 25th here in Michigan. Thank you so much for your time today, Nora.
Thank you so much, Holly.